Hi students, today in this video we will see solving three simple circuits. So by doing this we will get the idea of how to solve simple circuits. To solve a circuit we mean to find the values of current or voltage in any branch of a circuit. So to understand the method of solving we should know the three basic principles. They are Ohm's law, voltage division principle and current division principle. All these three had been seen in our previous video and the link of that video is given here in the description of this video. So we will begin with solving the three simple circuits. The first one is here shown and this circuit consists of a voltage source V and two resistors R1 and R2. What we have to find out here is the current flowing through these two resistors or the current flowing in the circuit and the voltage developed across these two resistors R1 and R2. So how we are going to solve this circuit? First we see that these two resistors R1 and R2 are in series. So their effective resistance will be the sum of R1 and R2. So when we get the effective resistance of the circuit or the total resistance of the circuit, we can find the current in the circuit by using Ohm's law, that is V by R. So we will do it. The resistors R1 and R2 are in series. So the effective resistance is their sum. So it is 3 plus 2 equal to 5 ohm. Now the current in the circuit is I equals V by R. So V is 10, so 10 by 5 equal to 2 ampere. Then what about the voltage across R1? That voltage V1 is equal to I into R1. The voltage across this resistor is, again according to the Ohm's law, the current through this resistor into the value of this resistance. Thus, the voltage that develops across R1 is the current flowing through that resistor I into the value of this resistance R1. So it is I into R1. Then what about the voltage that develops across this resistor R2? It is again the current flowing through this resistance is I and I into R2. We will see it. V1 is equal to I into R1. Substituting the values of I and R1. 2 into 3, it is 6 volt. Similarly, voltage across R2, this V2, it is equal to I into R2. So it is 2 into 2 equal to 4 volt. And what we have to note here is that the same current I is flowing through both resistors R1 and R2 because there is no other branch for the current to flow. Here only one loop is there. So the same current will be flowing through both R1 and R2. Now, if we add the values of these two voltages, V1 and V2, 6 and 4, we will get the supply voltage. 6 plus 4 is equal to 10 volt and that is the supply voltage applied here. Thus, we see that the applied voltage V is divided into V1 and V2. And if we add these voltages, that is the voltage across R1 and R2, we will get the same supply voltage. Now we will see the second example. Here the circuit is shown and what we have to find out from the circuit are the current I, that is the current flowing here, and then I1 and I2, they are the currents in these two branches. I1 is the current flowing through R1 and I2 is the current flowing through R2. The V is given as 10 volt, R1 is 6 ohm and R2 is equal to 4 ohm. How we are going to find out these three currents? So if you want to find out the value of this current I, we have to know the total resistance in the circuit. Here there are two resistors. They are in parallel. So the effective resistance is R effective equal to R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. We have seen this equation in our previous video. The link of that video is given in the description of this video. You have to watch it first to understand the basic concepts. Then it will be easy to understand the solving of these circuits. So the effective resistance R effective is equal to R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Their product divided by their sum. Since the values of R1 and R2 are 6 and 4, we substitute those values here. So it is 6 into 4 divided by 6 plus 4. We get it as 2.4 ohm. So the effective resistance of these two parallel resistors is 2.4 ohm. Now we can find out the value of this current. I is equal to the supply voltage divided by the effective resistance. That is I equal to V by R effective is equal to 10 divided by 2.4. It is equal to 4.12 ampere. So the current flowing here is 4.12 ampere. Now that current reaches this junction and it will be divided into I1 and I2. Now we have to find out the values of I1 and I2. How we will find it out? We use current division principle. So according to the current division principle, the current in the branch 1, that is I1, is equal to the main current I into resistance of the other branch. So the resistance of the other branch is R2 divided by sum of the resistances R1 plus R2. When we substitute the values, it is 4.12 into 4 divided by 6 plus 4. It can be calculated to 1.65 ampere. Similarly, the current in the second branch is equal to the main current I into resistance of the first branch R1 divided by sum of the resistances. We substitute the values and we get that current as 2.47 ampere. So now we found out the values of I1 and I2. We got them as 1.65 ampere and 2.47 ampere. And when we add these two currents, we get 4.12 ampere, and that was the main current I. So here when we add these two currents, we get the value of this current. So we can say this current is divided into I1 and I2, and if we add these two currents, we will get this current itself. Hope the idea is clear to you, and next we will see our third and the last example in this video. The circuit is shown here and we have to find out the three currents I1, that is the current through R1, then I2 and I3. To find out the values of these three currents, first we should get the total effective resistance of this circuit. Here there are three resistors R1, R2 and R3. How we are going to calculate the effective resistance of these three resistors? We can see here that these two resistors R2 and R3 are in parallel. So we can easily find out the effective resistance of R2 and R3. Then that effective resistance of R2 and R3 will be in series with R1. Once again, the effective resistance of this R2 and R3, we can calculate it. That effective resistance is in series with this R1. So the total resistance of the circuit is R1 plus the effective resistance of R2 and R3. That is what we write here. The R effective is equal to R1 plus the parallel combination of R2 and R3. And now we substitute the values of R1, R2 and R3. So it is 3 plus the parallel combination of R2 and R3 will give the effective value of resistance as here. The resistors are R2 and R3. So effective resistance is 4 into 4 divided by 4 plus 4. That is R2 into R3 divided by R2 plus R3. Now we get it as 5 ohm. Now what about the value of this current I1? I1 is the supply voltage divided by the total effective resistance in the circuit. That is equal to 10 by 5 equal to 2 ampere. So we get this current as 2 ampere. That is the current flowing through R1. Now we know that current I1 reaches here at this junction and it gets divided into I2 and I3. How we are going to find out the values of I2 and I3? By using the current division principle. So I2 is equal to the main current I1 into resistance of the other branch, that is R3, divided by sum of the resistances R2 plus R3. Substituting the values, we get that current I2 as 1 ampere. Similarly, what about the values of I3? The value of I3 is the main current I1 into R2 divided by R2 plus R3. So we get that too as 1 ampere. So we get the values of I2 and I3 equal to 1 ampere. And if we add these two currents, we get it as I1. So the value of I1 is 2 ampere. The values of I2 and I3 are equal. It is 1 ampere. So 1 plus 1 we get as 2 ampere. So hope that you understood the basic ideas of solving circuits. We used here Ohm's law, voltage division principle and current division principle. So thank you.